And here we are. Hopefully, everyone can hear us. Everyone can see us. Everything looks good on my end here. So,
If any
Donnie,
of us sound like robots, let us know.
let us know.
Yes.
Yes. How are
I
you
mean,
guys
I
doing?
normally sound like a robot, but
This night, evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are.
Mark, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling chipper, full of pep at roughly 10 to 8 in the morning. It's great. The sun hasn't gone out yet, so as you can see here,
Good, good,
it is a
good.
brand new day.
It went out over here, and I am worried if it is coming back.
I mean,
I know
that's a good worry to have.
Yeah,
but you guys
yeah.
see the moon. Like, I mean, I've not seen it yet. Like, it just doesn't want to
Oh,
pop up. So
we got half of a moon right now. The other half doesn't want to do anything.
sleeping. It's sleeping at this time.
Lazy,
Wake it
Yeah.
up.
right? Uh,
Have you guys been like what have you been up to in this past week? Anything fun? Watch anything good?
yes.
Yes.
Is anybody? This is not Star Trek or sci-fi themed. Although I have started Discovery finally. I have made the leap into Discovery because I'm
It's
trying to get
about
through all of that.
time.
Yeah,
So
it's
so
great.
I know we discussed this already when I was standing in your doorway last night watching you
Creepily.
watch it. But what do you think about the redesign of the Klingons? Because that is, I think, above any other issue that people have with the show. That element is one of the ones that's a constant discussion.
Discussion. My the physical appearance I'm cool with. I mean, Enterprise started the change of them, so I'm totally cool with the physical thing. That doesn't bother me at all. They look Klingon enough to know that they're Klingon.
Right. Right.
They've still got the ridges and they got the pronounced jaws and all that kind of stuff. The part that's been a little difficult for me to get around is the change in the language. It's how guttural they are going at it in this, and it's always been guttural, but it it almost takes me out, not because I'm like, oh, that's not my Klingon, pronunciation, but it just almost takes me out because it makes me feel like it's a completely different show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, maybe that's a good thing. I'm only 5 episodes in right now, so as I go on, and I'm starting to get a little more story on the Torchbearer character, who I really like. Um, so I'm going to reserve any harsh judgment. However, had I started this show at the beginning, when most people did, I don't know if my feeling would be different because I knew coming into this that there was a difference.
Right.
But the language I was not aware of. I was not aware that there was a much more guttural pronunciation to it, and that did take me back for a second.
Yeah,
Um,
it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. I think once you get used to it, it's like
yeah,
okay, it's the kind of thing where you're just like, all right, well, this is what they're doing, so either
yeah.
I have to
Get up.
accept it or I'm not going to deal, or I'm not going to. So it's
It just
you know,
feels very slow. It
yeah,
feels all the Klingon stuff feels very slow paced for Klingons. Uh, but it's also kind of cool because they're in a rebuilding phase basically.
right.
And so I'm okay with it. I'm eager to see where it goes. I know, after the end of season 2 things change a lot, so you know I eager to see what happens between here and there. And as you had mentioned, so as I'm watching, Mark, as I'm watching Discovery season 1, there are now previews for Discovery season 4 playing.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it and I go, "Where's Jason Isaac?"
Well, just wait
So,
till you find out,
okay, cool.
because
He's turned into a Klingon.
you will find. What episode did you say you're on?
5.
Okay, yeah. So
He was abducted by the Klingons and fought his way back, and now the another main character has joined the crew. The guy that he found in the prison.
Ash
It's
Tyler.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's the episode where Rainn Wilson
yeah.
is in
Harry Mudd.
there. Harry Mudd is I don't know. He like strikes me, and don't answer me or anything, but it's like the beginning of the Maquis with Rainn Wilson.
Well, I mean, you'll see him again.
Oh,
So
well, he promised us we would.
yeah. And I definitely don't want to spoil anything else for you, but
Hmm.
I'm really excited for you to see the rest of this season because there's a lot going on, and
It's I'm really yeah.
like you're gonna I think you're gonna be like,
I'm I gotta be honest. This this series, Discovery, out of everyone I've seen, for anybody watching, I have still not seen Picard, because I started with TOS,
Mhm.
which I had already seen, and then I moved forward. I got to Enterprise, and then skipped on to Lower Decks because we're here. But with Discovery, uh, I I have not. I don't know a thing about it, and so coming into the episodes, it's very much just wide open, and of all the series so far, this one has caught me the fastest.
Yeah, I think at least for me, because like I know like all of us have had this conversation before, but Deep Space Nine is probably my favorite series.
Yeah.
But I think Discovery, well, up until the first season of Lower Decks, I would have said Discovery. But
Mm.
outside of the first season of Lower Decks, I think the first season of Discovery has been the best first season
First season.
of a Star Trek
Mm.
show. Um,
Yeah, I don't think I'll change.
yeah,
I DS9 and TNG always vacillate as to my favorites, as of right now. I don't think this show will change that, but I definitely was gripped like that. Whereas in all the others, except for Lower Decks, which is, you know, here but not here,
yeah.
um, it took a while. Particularly TNG, which whew, that
Yeah.
took like a season.
Well, I don't know if you've seen it, but you should watch Chaos on the Bridge, and
I do
that
need to watch
yeah,
that. Yeah.
it's insane how much was like going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But speaking of behind the scenes, we have a clip from one of the interviews that I did at Star Trek Day 2021 last week. It is just a small piece of the interview that I did with Mike McMahon. The entire interview will be up on Bad Culture TV. Bad Culture is one word, TV is the second word. And you can find that on YouTube. The full interview is not up yet, but there are a few others there that will be linked to those on our website over the next couple of days. But this is Mike McMahon talking about his what like kind of like how he approached developing Lower Decks. I think that's a yeah. That good
Yeah, yeah,
representation.
yeah. That's absolutely it. Mhm.
All right. So
What
here.
what
Oh
what made Lower Decks Star Trek for him?
yes, yeah. So here that goes. All right. Hi, Mike. It's great to meet you. I have been watching Lower Decks since it premiered last year. Last year, season 1 was at the premiere this year. Up,
no way!
yeah,
Was
up
so
the
fun.
premiere. It was so much fun, and I have to ask because like a lot of people have their own idea of what Star Trek is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what it actually is. So when you were developing Lower Decks, how did you kind of use what you wanted Star Trek to be to form what the show is?
Yeah, listen, Star Trek's been around for 55 years. There's literally been generations of it, so much so that they put it in the titles of the shows. Even the movies have gone through their own generational change. When I originally was talking to Alex Kurtzman and the other Secret Hideout folks about my vision for Lower Decks, it's really just personal. You want to write stuff that you love and that you know, and I've spent so much time in the world of Star Trek that I just write the things that I like about Star Trek. And what you end up getting with Lower Decks is heightened things that were always there in Star Trek. It's just the stuff that really spoke to me, not only as a comedy writer, but as a fan. I love the friendships. I love the comedy. I love the episode Lower Decks. And just taking that stuff and cranking that all up, that's just honoring that, and then my job is easy. Then I'm just writing characters I love and just trying to honor the Federation and what it's like to be in Starfleet. which, you know, we all kind of have a baseline of that from watching the shows. But then the stories we tell, those are comedic, those are character based, those are fast and loud, and, you know, the kind of stuff that I like to write. So it's a mix of what we've all seen and then, you know, the stuff that I like.
And here we are. So, Donnie and anyone else who's watching, I hope that gave you a little bit more insight into Mike McMahon's mind there. This is the guy who co-created Solar Opposites. He was a writer on Rick and Morty. And you can see all of that in these episodes of Lower Decks. Like, it is very clearly its own thing, but you can definitely see the influence that Rick and Morty had on it.
For sure. It really. So you were saying at Star Trek Day that was your first interview of the after the panels and everything.
No, so the red carpet was before the panels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we there's a I think we did, I want to say 13 interviews in total, and I'm pretty sure Mike McMahon was the first one.
What was your favorite interview?
My favorite interview? That's kind of hard to answer. Brett Gray was really good. He is one of the leads in Star Trek Prodigy, one of the voices. Garrett Wang, Ensign Kim from Voyager. His interview was also pretty good, really fun. You know, honestly, they were all pretty good. The only one that I kind of felt a little bad about was Noelle Wells. She does the voice of Tendi on Lower Decks, and I kind of lost my train of thought because, like, I knew what I wanted to ask her, but it doesn't always translate that way when you're standing in that line and you're getting ready to ask her questions. Like, you know, like say, you know, something. You're an actor. You know, Mark, you do live stream stuff. So like something will happen and distract you, and you just completely lose where you were.
Right.
That's exactly what happens.
Oh no.
See, when that happens and you're like, oh god, what question? You go, so which character in Street Fighter do you choose? And then it all comes back.
That's a good. And if they don't have an answer, you just turn and walk away.
Yeah, just like, all right. And thanks for being a great audience. We'll see you later, folks. Just walk out.
And then
so,
when the
Guile.
Guile.
Always a Guile.
I'm glad to see him.
He's my go-to as Guile, and then Ryu.
Yeah. What does Ryu say to Ken when he meets him in the street?
Hiya.
Yeah. How do, Ken?
Duke.
Oh, I feel bad for laughing at that.
I love a good dad joke, so I'm down with it. I'm down with that. Thank you, Mark.
My favorite part of Jungle Cruise was
the dad jokes.
All of the dad jokes. They were just and just the Rock's delivery of them are just great because like he does that thing, like, you know, when someone knows that they're telling a joke and they've got that like slight grin, like as they're giving, you know, you just hang on it for just a second. It's like,
sure.
He does that so well. It's so good. So tonight's episode is titled, what was tonight's episode titled?
The Spy Humongous.
The Spy Humongous, which is, I guess, a reference to a spy among us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. The yeah.
Yeah.
Spy Among Us, is that it?
It's a book.
Yeah, Spy Among Us.
Yeah. It just dropped.
The exotic and perilous Philippine Islands. It follows the story of Major Jake Mac McCord, a brilliant intelligence officer commissioned by the United States Army in 1941.
Of course, 1941.
So we'll see how this translates into Lower Decks.
I'm doing my my skip the commercials trick real quick, so we don't have to wait every time. So if anybody cares, I'm watching a commercial about Jardiance right now. It's the one with that the commercial jump on it.
Oh yeah.
Where they have the big band doing that song.
Shay keeps running into the I I forget what the name of the thing is. It's an eye. It's a dry eye medication, like eye drops with
Clear eyes?
no, because it's a prescription one, and
Oh.
Ken Jeong is the one.
Oh, yeah. The one with the little evil Ken Jeong in
Yeah,
his eye or
yeah.
something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So okay, so Donnie says that he's at the 6-second mark
On his
I'll be
new
there.
LD. Oh, Mark, a new LD. I thought he's like, I've got a new LD TV. I was like, damn.
Ooh.
or the LDS, LSC.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
he's
at
on
01 though.
LDS.
I
No,
will
he
be
says
there
he is.
in 15 seconds.
All right.
Oh.
So
So while we're waiting for that, something new that I watched. I can't talk a lot about it because the embargo I don't think comes up until next week. But I watched the first 2 episodes of Foundation on Apple TV.
how was it?
Have you seen The Expanse?
Yes.
Uh, so it's dense, kind of like the first few episodes of The Expanse were, because
Okay.
it's you're learning about this world.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on. I need to watch the first couple of episodes again, just for my own like. Okay, this is what like
Sure.
to really get into it. I feel like it's gonna be like a Game of Thrones type thing.
Is
For me,
it?
or
I,
like The
I was
Expanse.
watching the commercials and
it's
it seemed like a Dune cast off.
yeah, sort of like I feel like it took me I had to watch the first 4 episodes of The Expanse like 3 times before I actually got into it.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing for Game of Thrones. Like I had to watch I think it was like the first 4 episodes I watched like 2 or 3 times before I got into it. And this like I'm interested, so it's already gotten my interest. I just feel like I have to watch those first couple of episodes again just to grasp what it is that I'm watching.
Gotcha.
It's I think it's one of those things where like if you get distracted for a couple of minutes and you miss something that's important, it just like completely throws you off because you're like, wait, did I miss when they were talking about this?
Right. Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry. Something happened in the background.
That's right. Yeah,
But
no, it
I'm
looks
okay,
like the
don't worry.
buffering is a little off.
Damn buffering.
I'm good on the commercials now. Where do you guys want to start from?
All right, great. So let's start from the beginning, or as close to the beginning as you can
001.
get.
6 seconds in.
Uh,
I'm at 6 with TV 14. I can go to 0
sure,
wherever you
I'll
want.
go. Well, Donnie said that he's at 6. I'll go ahead and set mine to 6.
Okay, hang on. I'm on bang on 6.
Yeah, I think that's because didn't we start there last week with the TV 14 logo on?
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
And I will. Let's
Nice
see.
memory, Donnie.
Let's go ahead and start the countdown. And we will hit play in 3. Actually, hold on.
Whoa.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. So apparently my speakers were on and not my headphones. So just for anyone watching this, there may be a few seconds of silence prior to this moment here because if we can hear it on the stream, I have to silence that so that we don't get a copyright strike because that would be bad.
Oh, yeah, please don't do that.
Starting those cheeky copyright strikes.
I'm excited for the board coming in this season.
Yeah.
Are they coming in?
Yeah, they were in the mid-season commercial.
Ah.
I mean, it might just be like a gag somewhere. But
yeah, it could be as like a Q type gag or something. Mike McMahon. Oh, a moment for Norm Macdonald, by the way.
Yeah. What is anomaly consolidation?
There you go.
Of course, Boimler would love it. I don't know what was in his bowl, but now I kind of want grits.
Who doesn't want? Actually, I don't want grits.
It's all about porridge. Mmm, tasty.
What is porridge?
Jenny.
Oats and milk.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Caitlin would miss this. Jenny's right there in a red shirt.
What the red furry dude? He was in the animated series. I can't remember what kind of character he
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Of course. That was like a almost like a Back to the Future type thing there. Is that a cat skull?
Yeah, it looks like it. Or some feline type being. Oh, look at the kettlebell in the back.
Or a frog?
Frog. Oh!
Uh-oh. What? What's happening? Oh.
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 What?
He's gone. He's gone.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Advertisement.
All right, I'll pause. We are now pausing so that Jamie can watch an
90-second
ad.
break. Yeah.
No.
Oh, buyer's ice cream, though. I'm down with ice cream. I think I'm going to go to the store and buy some buyers, guys.
So Jay was telling me that he ate an entire pint of ice cream the other night.
Oh.
Good Lord.
It's a little too much for me.
Yeah.
I just imagine the advert going, you want ice cream. We all want ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. But do you know you can get the Pakled ice cream for now? Come down to the store with your coupon today to get 20% off.
It would be like, yeah, you guys both watched WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
wish
yeah.
they would do like in-universe commercials.
Mm.
It'd be what's the Rick and Morty when they watch the TV
Yeah, interdimensional cable.
interdimensional cable.
Yeah. Or like
Uh,
Badgie, like if they got Badgie to do commercials for stuff.
Oh God, that'd be hysterical. I hope Badgie comes back for an episode.
I really want Badgie to come back. Like I would love to have like a Badgie badge too.
And 5, 4,
All right,
3.
pause it when you get back in. Donnie
Yes.
still has a little bit less than 30 seconds now.
I'm paused at 7:36.
All right.
I'm at 7:41.
I am also at 7:31. I'll back up to 7:36.
7:36. There, I'm at 35. No,
Yeah,
36.
it won't let me pick. It's like either 35 or 37. There we go. Now I'm at 36. All right, Donnie's good. So let's all go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Go.
It's a flower that shoots darts in her face.
Oh, good Lord. How is Tendi avoiding all of this?
I mean, one of them would have to. Why does she keep calling her Janeway?
Why not?
I mean, that tracks. Mm.
Are they all gonna die this episode?
Maybe? Mm.
Oh, God.
They shaved it.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
Why is he ripped all of a sudden?
I don't know. But I want one of those shirts.
Oh, he's got pads in.
Yeah.
Did he just say Worf?
No? Maybe? It's just like slowly going up her arm.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So they're gonna find him then.
Probably. What like something one of the anomalies is going to do something to him.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like the set where Data and Joe Piscopo were doing stand up.
Are they trying to cast him in a play?
I don't know. I'm not sure now. What?
Yeah. Oh, they're totally casting him for a play.
Yeah.
They're trying to cast him as Riker or something.
Or they think he's the other Boimler.
Yeah.
Oh. They're the Sword of Omens. Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh. Uh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. She's gonna love it. Or not.
Who among us? Among us.
Sus.
I am Emperor. Emperor.
It's gonna be one more.
Yeah.
Or not.
Revolution? Oh, good lord.
Oh.
God. I hate this so much.
Advertisement with Briars again.
All right. I
Oh, this
paused
one's
at
longer than the last.
15:16.
Which one are you at?
15:06 is where I paused at.
Okay, I'm 1 second behind. 15 minutes.
Well, it
Oh,
seems my trick didn't work this time.
No.
Last time, I only watched one commercial the second time, and then it took me back.
I'm gonna move back to 15:02, where's the black screen right before it goes on.
15:02.
75 minutes.
Did it transfer to a different
Sorry,
episode or something?
Donnie. Oh no, he said 0.75 minutes.
Oh.
I didn't
That's
see
a
the time.
long 75-minute advert.
That's a long commercial.
I got another 50 seconds.
50 seconds. So where do you was that Pakled that we just saw? Was that the same one that was on the ship before, or is that a different Pakled?
No, I
The
don't
one that's
think
on the ship is
Rumlad.
still missing.
Yeah, I think that one's still missing. Rumlad, whatever.
Grumble. Yeah, something like that. Hemorrhoid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're as big as them.
I wasn't expecting Tendi to agree with them. I was expecting her to get shit out.
Yeah.
I've been like, that was amazing.
Very
I
true.
reckon she's going to turn into this sort of character that was chipper, and then now is like, I hate everything. You have
Yeah.
destroyed me.
Mm-hmm. I definitely see that coming, and then Rutherford and Mariner are going to have to try and get her back to her old chipper self again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time travel.
I am at 1502.
All right, great. That is where I'm at as well. So let's go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Go.
I'm still not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
Like, these guys definitely have some sort of other plan going on.
Yeah, there's an agenda. Oh, that poor tentacle monster.
You don't hear that very often. Oh, this is gonna go badly.
Oh. It's getting energy from her
Yeah.
anger.
Strange energies. Crab people. Or a scorpion? She's a scorpion.
Like a scorpion praying mantis thing.
Wait, waiting for one of the guys just to be like eating his food and just like lifts his bowl up.
Oh, here's where they're gonna get killed. Red
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
Beans?
Beans.
What? Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
she's just got to be happy.
Yeah.
She's got to be made happy.
I got it.
Emotional armor.
I like the candles on his head, like the antenna.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, good lord.
What a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of blowhards. Yeah.
Rumdar is outside.
Oh, no.
Oh, why?
Oh, wow. I have all your codes now.
Wait, why are they holding them?
Wait, what? But that was a new person who just took over.
Oh god.
What? Pakleds are so dumb.
I don't know why that's so funny because it's such an old gimmick, but
Because we all hate them. We all hate Pakleds.
yeah. And that skull thing.
It's not gonna be any of them. That's why he's got the beard.
Yeah.
Oh, he said the name of the show.
Shut up, Jennifer.
Ah! Shut up, Jennifer. Oh, ransom.
Ha ha. Winger Bingston?
Oh.
Bet something happens to him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's got to, right? Oh.
What?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's hysterical.
Oh man. Of
That
all of the
is
callbacks.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, well done. Well done.
That was good.
I'm sorry I was clapping over that, everybody. That made me happy. I think we joked about him a couple episodes back.
Yeah, because he's just like they say, he's this giant sack of shit.
Yeah.
Like literally, he's just.
I am the
he's-
skin of evil.
So just for anyone who might not know, basically the idea behind Armus is that he comes from a civilization that shed all of their negative energy, uh, and that's what he is. So
Yeah.
he was just
He was responsible for the very odd way they did it death of
Tasha Yar.
Tasha Yar.
Tasha Yar, the
Yeah.
security officer in TNG first. Was it the last episode or the second to last episode of the first season? I don't
I
think it
don't
was the
remember.
I can't
I
I just remember it was very
Yeah.
unceremonious. It's
Yeah.
almost like she tripped over a rock and just died.
Yeah, more or less. Like it's funny too because like I know she wasn't really happy with the way she left. Denise
Right.
Crosby, she was really not happy with it, and
Well, she also wasn't happy with her role, which I
right,
totally,
yeah.
if you're not, you're not. As an
But
actor,
but
you got
also that wasn't her final episode that she was shooting. Like
no.
after shooting her final episode, she had to go back and shoot other episodes before
Hmm.
that were before that
Yeah.
one. So
Well,
like
I see. Oh, so she was done, but she still
she
wasn't
still had to
done.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like how much
Gotcha.
would that suck knowing that you were leaving the show and you shot your final scene, but now you're like, "All right, well, okay, so I'm leaving in episode 18. Now we're going to go and shoot episode 5." What?
Uh, dang,
Yeah.
dang. It's cool though that they, despite her displeasure with the character that she and I can't argue, I don't know her position and what she was dealing with. Um but it was really nice to see that throughout the rest of the seasons that there were a few characters, particularly Worf and Picard, from what I can remember,
And
who
Data.
and Data. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. Data was a huge thing because
Yeah. Yeah.
they
They
hooked
had a
up
thing.
once.
Yeah. Well,
Um
I mean,
or,
they brought her back too.
and they did. They brought her
They
back.
brought her
But
back as Sela, the Romulan,
yeah,
and
she was like a relative of Tasha Yar or something like
she
that.
was like
Because when Tasha
she
went back into the past,
yeah, so she was a daughter. So in I think it was
daughter.
yesterday's Enterprise when the
Mm.
Enterprise C or B, I don't remember which one it was. One of the previous Enterprises came through a temporal vortex to the
Right.
future, changed the past. Guy was like, something is wrong here. I don't know what it is, but you're not supposed to be
Supposed to
here.
be here.
And
Oh, I
they
remember
fixed the
that one.
problem. She ended up going back in time with the original Enterprise to try and help them, and
Mhm.
got kidnapped by the Romulans, and married one of the Romulans, or forced into marriage by one of the Romulans, and
Yeah,
had a kid.
had a kid.
Yeah.
But it's really cool that they kept her around and she was able to
Mhm.
come back and that the characters remembered her fondly. It wasn't some just sort of like, oh well, we just ignore that she ever existed in the
Right.
universe.
Right.
I really liked that.
Yeah, because I mean that kind of sucks. Like that you don't want to what was it? Family Matters with Judy, who just like went up to her room to play one day and never came out.
Never came down.
They're still playing, not knowing the world.
Yeah, right.
That that's
Oh,
what show. Like we got the Fresh Prince of Bel Air reunion. I'd love to see a Family Matters reunion too, with because
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure all of the main players are around. I know the girl who had played Urkel's girlfriend, Myra, passed
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Um, but everyone else, I think, well, the grandmother isn't around
Mhm.
any longer, but everyone else is still around. I think that'd be an interesting show to see
It'd
again.
be fun. Yeah. I used to impersonate Urkel. His catchphrase, it killed me. I loved it.
It's just one of those things that's so good. And
Yeah,
now he went on to do like a lot of other random stuff too. Like he was the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in the Sonic the
yep.
Hedgehog cartoon.
Hmm.
Now I mean almost every celebrity has one, but he has his own weed brand that's out now.
Oh, does he?
Um, I think it's I don't remember what it's called.
the
But
Urkel.
like it seems like everyone does. Like Jay and Silent Bob have a weed brand out. Ice
Well,
Cube
of
has a weed
course.
brand out. Mike Tyson has his own. Like there's Tyson Farms. So he has like a whole line of it.
Right. See, those three folks, particularly Ice Cube and Jay and Silent Bob, I totally get.
Yeah.
Tyson to an extent, but Jaleel White,
Right.
like in my brain, Urkel is not synonymous, unless he called it Stefan. Maybe
That
he
would be
calls it
great.
Stefan.
Yeah.
You know, but in my brain, it's just not synonymous with weed culture. Urkel is not. But I mean, I don't know Jaleel White as a person. I'm sure maybe he is synonymous with weed culture. I don't know.
Okay, so it's called Purple Urkel.
Yeah, I thought it was
Purple
that.
Urkel.
So that
You
that
weren't
makes
off.
sense.
I love it. I love it.
I'll have to see if I can find it someplace. So
Yeah, I don't smoke, but that sounds awesome, and kudos to you, Jaleel White.
I did just buy more of the Jane, or not more, but another strain of the Jay and Silent Bob stuff.
Mhm.
And we randomly, well, not randomly, but website vapor.com, who sells cannabis stuff for like vaporizers and tools and bongs and all that kind of stuff, papers.
Sure.
We have our own promo code with them now. So anyone that's in the United States that might be watching, if you want to buy anything from vapor.com, you can use Illuminerdi saves 20 and get 20% off of your order at vapor.com.
Is that the actual code?
Yeah, Illuminerdi saves 20.
That's a lot to write in.
Yeah, I would just call it Illuminati. Illuminati, 20% off.
Yeah, Illuminerdi 20. It's a little bit shorter. They're the ones that sent it to us though. They were like, hey, thanks for writing about us on your website. Here's a promo code that you can offer out to your audience. So
It should be Illuminerdi 420, right?
Yeah,
yes,
see, that would be easier.
That would make more sense. So Donnie Pearson in the chat points out that there are only 4 episodes left in this season.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah,
Tear.
it's sad, but at the same time, the week after that, we get the first episode of Prodigy.
2 weeks, isn't it? Isn't there a week off?
Let me see. So there's 4 episodes left in the season.
I think there's a week in between the two.
Yeah. So that's the 23rd is the next episode, 30th, the 7th, and then there's one more episode on the 14th. Yeah, and then the 21st is off, and then the 28th is when Prodigy drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I bet that won't be as funny as Lower Decks.
No, it'll be. I think it'll be fun though. Like it's not going to be the same type of humor, but there should be some interesting humor in there.
Sure. If it's the same team and they're doing it in a similar way to the Tales of Arcadia storylines, the humor will be more along the lines of straightforward humor and maybe kid type humor. But the story is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks good. Like so I one of the other interviews that I got at Star Trek Day for Bad Culture TV was the Hageman brothers, who are the showrunners and creators of Star Trek Prodigy. It's so the animation is from the same team that did the animation for the Tales of Arcadia Troll Hunter stuff, but the creative team behind it is different.
Okay.
So it's half of the people are the same, but the people writing the stories and developing the stories are not. But from what Brett Gray told me, from what I heard from the Hageman brothers, like I think it's going to be a pretty good show. Like it just feels like something that's new and different, but also kind of familiar. Like Brett Gray basically said that even though it is directed at a child-friendly audience, it's definitely something that adults can watch.
Right
That's good. I hope it's like, oh, I remember Kess. She was it. No, keep Kess out of this. No one gives a rat's ass about Kess right now.
So I asked them, and you'll be able to see this in the interview. I'll go into a little bit more detail on this when I post about it on the.
I guess Neelix is still out that way too.
Well, no, he came back to the Alpha Quadrant.
Was he in the Alpha Quadrant?
Yeah,
I thought he stuck behind.
No,
I thought he stuck around.
He stayed on Voyager when it came back.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he?
What?
No, he stayed back in the Delta Quadrant. Donnie, right? Mark, yeah.
Yeah, in before the end game. So before the two parts at the end, Neelix finds
he made
an
a family.
Yeah, he meets a family on an asteroid that is really good for Talaxia.
Right.
And then he just literally stays. The only good part of Endgame was a really good one. But the best thing is he doesn't know that they got home. he's still waiting for 7 of 9 to play that Kazakot, because he goes, "Oh, I'll ring you tomorrow at the same time," and he never got that call. He's always wondering.
I
But I know,
completely forgot about that.
but I know that in Star Trek Online, that I think he does come back to the Alpha Quadrant because he's part of like a special task force that you only see once, and it's part of the.
Did he join Section 31?
No, if what would he do? Just poison everyone with what red alert chili?
Now, does the stuff that happens like that in Star Trek Online, is that canon as well?
Yeah.
Oh, really? The big events like that?
Yeah, from what I've gathered and what they said is it's all canon type thing. So they'll make some stuff. I don't know if they reference it in episodes, but apparently it's all set in like canon and stuff like that.
Well, it's all
So
multiversal though too, isn't it? Because like
um,
there's Kelvin timeline stuff in there too.
Oh, is
yeah,
there?
I mean it's just ships and stuff. Like they'll if they bring it up, they'll go like, oh yeah, we jumped to this other timeline because they had quite recently one of the big events was was it that they had Temporal Federation come in and be like, oh, I'm taking you to these parts of the thing. They also did Tasha Yar's death as well, properly.
Really?
Yeah. So there's an entire thing, and because obviously they bring back the original characters to do the voices and stuff like that. So it's quite like a unique thing. It's a good game. I haven't played
How
it,
did?
but, like,
Sorry, I was
it's
going to
fine.
ask, how did they do Tasha Yar's death?
She dies on a planet, like she
Well, I mean,
lands
she
on it.
died in a planet in the TV show too.
Yeah.
But you mean the Tasha Yar that went back into the past?
Yeah, so they did ages ago like a special event where the Enterprise, or that ship that she's on, goes back in time, and then there's something happens to it. I can't remember; it's such a long time ago. But then, like you find out that she goes onto a planet, and there's a whole like load of thing that she comes and starts voicing over. And she was like, "Yeah, I died on this planet. Let my kid be okay," type thing. You're like, oh.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
skip.
I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to play Star Trek Online more. But you
Yeah.
know we can do a session during on the 21st, the week between
Okay.
this and Prodigy.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so one of the things I asked the Hagemans was
Donnie's peacing out.
oh, have a good night,
Uh,
Donnie. Thank you
Bye,
for joining
Donnie.
us again. We will see you over the weekend for the Ranger shows, and again next week for the Marvel watch longs and Lower Decks. But what was I saying? Oh, so the Hagemans, I asked them about the Protostar and how because here's the question with this show is it take the Protostar the kids find the Protostar in the Delta Quadrant.
Right.
But Voyager got back to the Alpha Quadrant.
Mm-hmm.
So how did the Protostar get to the Delta Quadrant?
Right.
They did not directly answer that, but they tried their best to
Indirectly answer
answer it. So in that interview, you'll hear from them what they were willing to say about that. But we'll find out soon enough.
How did the ship get in the Delta Quadrant?
It's
It just
fast.
did. Yeah, they
I
turned it on and
I
went
wonder
to
if that's
sleep.
going to be a big deal. If that's going to be like as they go through the season, we figure out how it got there, or if it's going to be a quick reveal, like, yeah, I stole this off of some Starfleet idiot.
I think it's going to be revealed partially in the first episode, and
Oh,
then
okay.
I think we'll find out more about it over the course of the season.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the type of thing where we have to find out how it's there because obviously Janeway is the hologram and she's going to have access to the ship's system, so she's going to know that she's in the Delta Quadrant. So whether or not she knows that the kids who have taken over the ship are not Starfleet or not, that remains to be seen. We don't know that,
Right.
but she'll know. I think she'll know where they are, and at least have a little bit of information to put out there.
I want I was gonna say I want two things to happen, but I can't remember one of them. I want one where all through the episode, like it's like a dark type story, where it's more like, Janeway's hologram goes to someone else, and it's a black figure, you can't see who it is. And in the last episode, she's like,
It's a
okay, the
suicide.
ship's on the way, but yeah, it's like we're back, we're on the way course. Emperor Neelix, and it's just Neelix going,
Mirror
I mean,
universe Neelix. That's what
oh,
I want.
yeah.
I want a mirror universe version of Neelix.
I
Because
think
that version of him wouldn't suck, right?
It still would, but he'd just be a little less sucky. Like, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna poison you with my food."
Like,
So funny coincidence too. Before we hopped on, I was flipping through the channels on the TV, and I came across one of the last season episodes of Scrubs, and Dr. Phlox was the guest star in that. Well, not the guest star, but a guest star in that episode.
really? Was this the season that they did after Zach Braff left?
It was the ABC season where it was Scrubs Med School.
Med School. I think what's that, season 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
Dave Franco was on it.
Yes.
Aziz Ansari was in it for like a couple of weeks, I think.
Yep. And they didn't finish. They did. They canceled it like mid-season or close to the end.
No, it ended. The season ended.
Did it?
But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there wasn't really a proper ending for the show because they didn't know whether it's one of those things where it got canceled, but the season came to its conclusion. The show just didn't.
Fair enough. But for me, the end of season 8, I love Scrubs. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And I get something out of it. Like, I watched it in my 20s, I watched it in my 30s, and I'll watch it again in my 40s, and I get something out of it each decade.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those shows where like you can relate to different characters all throughout the course of the show. Like for me, it's the lawyer.
Yeah, Ted.
Ted. Yeah.
Ted.
Which for the longest time I had no idea that was Christopher Lloyd's brother.
Yeah, and
Really?
I hate to be a downer, but he passed away recently.
Yeah.
About
Year
3 or
ago
4
or
months
so.
ago, right? Or
Was it only that
maybe a
soon
year?
ago?
Maybe it was a year. I don't know. The past 2 years.
Within the
wow.
last year. Within
Yeah.
the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's hysterical. Oh my god! And I loved his romance towards the end of there. They had their little band going on.
See, it's funny because like you've seen those things where it's like how my parents see me, how the world sees me, how I see me, how I really am type
Yeah.
thing. So for me, it would be like I would see myself as John McGinley's character, but in reality, I'm Ted.
Ted.
That's
Flop sweat and everything.
Yeah. Both of us have the same hair.
Yeah.
If I let my hair grow, we would have the same hair.
Sure.
But yeah. So, what did you guys think about this episode?
Quite liked it. I hate the Paxtons so much. Like, I hate them with not as much. It's not a Neelix hate, but I just, I generally just really hate their race so much. I'm just like, but I kind of like it that they're kind of like the big bad of the season at the same time, which I feel is something completely different.
Well, I feel like I feel the same way. Like in the show, I hated them, but in Lower Decks, I kind of like them because their stupidity plays into the show. So like if they never existed in the live action show and they were just here, I feel like I would have a completely different outlook on them. Where now I'm just like, this makes a lot more sense.
I'm quite surprised they didn't actually bring them back into Star Trek. Like that's one thing I generally kind of thought, why, they were in it for one part and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
they were Voyager, right? The
TNG.
Oh, they were TNG. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Because they kidnap Geordi because they think that he can like make their ship better, more powerful than
right. Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
like,
right.
Make us strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. very interesting to do the live action version of the Pakleds because they seem like a very cartoonish and potentially polarizing type of character to do them live action. Because it's like, especially now, I don't think you'd want to do them live action. It would seem like you're trying to make fun of certain people.
Yeah.
But I do like having them in the cartoon. They're perfectly suited for a buffoonery type of antics in a cartoon. I enjoyed. I'll take the Tendi route. I really enjoyed that storyline. And Mark, you were talking about well, both of you were how we were gonna have to see her go really low, and then they're gonna bring her back up. And I was curious if they were gonna make that a more arc thing and like have it go a couple episodes. I'm kind of glad they didn't though. I like Tendi as she is.
So they did the sorry, I was just reading up with the Pakleds. They showed up a few times in TNG.
Did they?
So apparently it was a Pakled trade ship that found Lore after he had been drifting in space.
Oh,
So like
huh.
they didn't show up in that episode, but Lore was wearing their clothes.
That's where he got his clothes from. Huh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And in the DS9
No wonder he was wearing a
episode
sackcloth.
Melora, which was season 2, episode 6, we find out that the Pakleds frequently visit Deep Space Nine and were likely to be found either at Quarks or on the Promenade.
Oh, that's cool. On the promenade. Promenade.
Um,
Creole lady Parmalade.
let's see, Melora. The episode, Dr. Bashir ends up falling in love with the new officer when he develops a way for her to function in a high gravity environment. Oh, she was the one that had like the leg braces because she was from a low gravity ship.
Oh.
So they adjusted the gravity in her room.
She was a Pakled?
No, she wasn't a Pakled. I guess one
Oh,
of the.
but they were in the episode.
Yeah, I guess one of them appeared in the episode somewhere.
Got you.
But I don't know where. Let's see.
Aren't they like one of the only creatures like the Borg would never assimilate?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently in Quark's bar and the Promenade, there's 3 Pakleds that are just kind of like wandering around. Like they don't do anything. They're just there.
In the episode or just throughout?
In the episode, like they don't have any lines. They're not like a major part of the episode. They just exist on Deep Space Nine in the episode. Like you just see them in the background.
You see them in the background.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Borg would underestimate them so much because, like, now we see that they can live in space.
So according to Memory Beta, which is non-canon Star Trek, the Pakleds are Borg designation species 95012.
So they have been assimilated?
Well, not necessarily have been assimilated, but they have run into the Borg.
Yeah.
But by 2409, numerous Pakleds were serving in Starfleet, according to Star Trek Online.
They were never used properly. Hey guys, I'm going to create my character. I want to be a Pakled. Yeah.
Let's see. They've been in a couple of TNG novels. Yeah. In some of the Star Trek books, they appear, but it looks like they were never like actually a primary thing. Okay, here's the Borg thing. In late 2373, a Borg cube on a direct course for Sector 001 encountered the Mondor on their way. The Mondor is the ship that Geordi was kidnapped on.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
The Borg collective deemed the Pakleds unintelligent and considered it an inefficient use of resources to assimilate the freighter. However, they were later assimilated when the Borg needed extra reinforcements in their battle with Starfleet forces in Earth orbit. This was the TNG Strange New Worlds 10 short story, A Dish Served Cold.
Okay. Yeah, I see how they'd be like, all right, fine, we just need bodies.
Yeah, right, yeah. Let's use the Pakleds.
There's a lot of them.
Let's assimilate all of them.
Yeah, that'd be like assimilating tribbles.
God.
Oh
You can,
boy.
in Star Trek Online, you can get assimilated tribble.
Can you really?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I just have a picture in my mind of a little koosh ball with a little metal thing in it.
It has a laser. Hang on, let me find it for you.
What?
What else was I looking at here? So Strange New Worlds. Just on that. Apparently, it is an anthology series
Oh.
of just short Star Trek stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
this one that this particular story was in the 10th edition of it. And it was also the last edition to be published by Pocket Books in 2007. In 2015,
Oh
Simon and
my
Schuster
goodness.
brought it back.
Sorry. Is there any
Uh,
way you can share this on the
yeah. Let
stream?
me. Yeah, I can
Hang on.
downloaded. Close. Let me see here. Okay.
Cutest freaking
Probably got
boy
pop up in the middle
ever.
of the screen here. No, it's just covering bark. There it is. Okay, yeah, now it's on the screen. That's a very interesting looking thing.
Tribble.
That is an adorable Borg.
I kind of want
Yeah.
one though.
Yeah, I would buy that toy.
Yeah,
What-
and then
I-
actually put robotics in it. And
Wait, why is it right next to me?
I don't want it next to me.
I'm the one who shared it. Oh, and it's there. Sorry. There it goes. It's not available. I don't think you can get it anymore in
Oh,
the
really?
because this came out in the 23rd, 2010. So
Oh,
when you
wow.
go to the C store, which is the Star Trek one, I say, "Oops, not here." So it might be
Oh.
in game only.
Interesting.
Mm.
But I don't know. So I think we I mean, I obviously we didn't talk too much about this episode.
Well,
But
there weren't too many
yeah,
Easter eggs in this one. Like all of the anomalies, that didn't seem like any Easter eggy type stuff.
right. Like, and especially the ones that they pulled out, like the frog thing that changed Rutherford, like that wasn't familiar to me.
Yeah,
The thing that turned Tendi into a scorpion. I can only imagine that maybe that was like an animated something from the original animated series, maybe.
possibly.
Um,
I mean, there was one huge one at the end. That was
well, yeah.
phenomenal
Yeah.
and well worth it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that
Well,
was the
anytime
whole
you can
thing.
bring Armus into something,
Maybe. Oh my god.
I mean, come
And
on.
I just love that they had him sitting there talking to himself, because I imagine that's what he does, spending his time.
But what
Just,
else would he do?
I am evil. Meh. You know.
Just
I
monologuing
would've-
to himself.
I would have loved it if they had like one of the like Mariner or Atindi to actually go, "I'm Tasha Yar, ooh," type
I
thing.
was expecting that. I was
Yeah.
expecting that. I am the ghost of Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
But they completely circumvented my expectations. Like I was expecting them to use it to call down to the Pakled planet
Mhm.
and fuck with the Pakleds.
And then just be like,
They'd be
what?
like, "Who's talking to me? How big is their helmet?" Like
That was great though, and I love it. And he fell over a rock.
Yeah.
Normally that's not funny, but with him it is.
Well, and the fact that the Pakled like thinking that he was going to the bathroom, but actually being in an airlock.
Airlock.
Because we've seen what, like 2 bathrooms in the entire history of Star Trek, maybe.
True. Normally you don't. I mean,
Like
we've seen decon.
yeah, we finally saw a shower, like 2 episodes ago.
Well,
What? Shut up, Bixby.
well, they've always shown showers in Star Trek. They did it a lot in Voyager.
Did they?
Yeah, there's always the sonic shower. Like there's like one episode that they have.
I need to go back and watch Voyager again. Like I watched it when it, like through the first time, and then I want to say I rewatched it maybe a few years later when they were doing it in like 4-hour blocks on like BBC America
Mm.
or on Sci-Fi Channel or whichever one they were doing it on. But it's probably been a good 10 to 12 years since I've watched through it.
Right on.
Just put it on Netflix. It's all there.
That's true. I will say, regards to the episode, I was happy that Freeman got a win.
Yeah.
I was happy that Freeman got a win. That was cool.
And I was also really happy that the head red shirt guy just got totally shit on.
Yeah. Yeah. I was waiting for them to die, but I
Yeah.
guess that whole red shirt joke thing, that's really just TOS and a little bit of TNG, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Is it even
Not even in
TNG?
TNG. No,
No.
because they changed the colors up in TNG.
That's right. Because the Reds were Riker and
Command.
it was Command.
Red was
Command,
Command.
yeah.
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 They did reference that in the first Kelvin universe movie though. Because the guy that was space diving with them,
Yeah.
he was a red shirt,
Right.
and then he completely butchered the entire mission. Yeah, I can't think of any other like really like real Easter eggs I saw. Like we'll have to go through the anomalies that they found and see what's in there, because I'm sure there's probably a few there, but whatever was there was way beyond my level of nerdiness.
I feel like the cube was in an episode of something.
Well, there were in Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There was the Wisdom Cube, but the Wisdom Cube was more like a Pakled.
Yes, of course.
They would tell dick and fart jokes and leave paper bags filled with poop and light them on fire.
Nice.
Who doesn't love doing that?
I mean, everyone has to do that once in their life. Poop in a
Right?
paper bag, knock on someone's door, light it on fire, and then the person opens the door, they see the flaming bag, and they have to stomp it out, but now their foot is covered in poop.
So I guess I have to do that because I haven't done that once in my life yet.
Yeah, I have not done that either.
And Mark, we're doing something Halloween.
Yay!
It's one of those things like I'm from rural. I can't say that word.
The rural juror.
I'm from BFE, Pennsylvania. So like people say that there's like two sides to Pennsylvania. You've got Philadelphia on one side, Pittsburgh on the other. The rest of the state is Kentucky.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing that people did there.
Kentucky might be happy to have more land.
Maybe.
I don't know. They're a very oddly shaped state.
I mean, the people in Kentucky are very oddly shaped people.
Oh, that's Virginia, but yeah. Oh, that's Kentucky.
Mitch McConnell, dude looks like Dana Carvey in The Master of Disguise.
Mixed with the turtle.
Yeah. So I guess that will wrap it up for us here this evening. We will be back next week with episode 7. Make sure to tune in on Saturday to.
Do we have a name yet for episode 7?
Ranger Show. We do not have one yet. At least not that I did not see one. Next week, we will also have episode 7 of What If. And Illuminerdi Wrestling Order, Retro Sentai wrap up. What do you, Mark? What are you guys talking about on your next episode?
It will be the next episode of Zenkaija, where we review it. It's a good series. Like, join in. Me and Bryn have a lot of fun talking about it. And yeah, we're talking about Super Sentai, the current one that's running at the moment. And each episode has a theme.
Ooh.
Power Rangers with a theme?
Like pirates?
It is. Not with a pirate theme. It's more. So I don't know what the next episode is about, but it'll be like, oh, but did Power Rangers do this? Like Battleizers, when did Battleizers come in? And we just discuss it and then go, what new merchandise is coming out? How much
your show has a theme, not the Pat.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, not the
yeah.
I got it.
I thought you meant the show had a theme. I was like,
sorry.
what?
No, the theme of Zenkaija is every single Sentai world has been locked up, so that the main character has the ability. He has little gears that give them the power of like a weapon. That's really randomized as well. So like we had Jew Ranger, which was MMPR. So you know when the Rangers jumped on each other's shoulders and then created that Zelda thing and then flung
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That was their power. There's one where they get ribbons. The bad guy has the best ability because he can like bring back any ranger as evil, and then they fight. And he brought back every single Megazord in one go, just like have at it. And then it went, oh, we lost power, and then they've never done it again. I'm like, what?
That's like the villain from Mortal Kombat that they brought in that brings everybody back as an undead evil guy.
Nice.
Or what was the Red Lanterns?
Black Lanterns, isn't it?
Black Lanterns? Yeah, that's right. The
Yeah.
Black Lanterns were
Aren't the
dead.
Black Lanterns?
The Red Lanterns were alive. They were just really angry. The Black
Yeah.
Lanterns were dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've read Blackest Night, but I did recently watch the first episode of the Green Lantern cartoon, the CGI one that was on Cartoon Network for a little while. The show was really good.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's sad that it got. I never watched the Batman one because there was the Green Lantern show and then Beware the Batman. That was the same style of animation.
I never heard of either of them.
Never watched that one. The Green Lantern show was good, but because the movie bombed, they weren't really selling any toys, so they canceled.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Which brings everything full circle to toy sales.
Yay.
Speaking of toy sales, at the comic shop, Things from Another World up at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
They had old, not old toys, but TNG toys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they
Nice.
had Picard, they had Guinan, Data, and Riker. It was cool.
I missed out on those the replicas that I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. The Picard one and the Janeway one. They were sold out like almost immediately.
Oh dang.
But that's fine. I'll find other stuff to get.
I hope you do.
I've got
If you
so
if
much
you go
space
to
behind me.
if you go to Universal, you can pick up I don't know, this was years ago. I picked up the phaser from TNG, but it's got like a little red tip.
Oh, that's
rather than
cool. Well, Universal in Hollywood used to have a Star Trek experience where you sat on the deck.
Really?
You sat
I
on the
didn't know that.
bridge. Mm-hmm.
I knew about the one at in Vegas. But
I don't know if it's similar to the Vegas one, but
the Vegas one doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
I forget which hotel it was at, but I was really sad when I heard that it closed because I was like, no, I'm going to Vegas in 2 years.
and it's not there.
did you ever hear about the guy who got all the stuff from it though?
No.
So from what I read, you had there's a guy that's making the Enterprise D bridge restoration project. It's been going on for years.
Yeah.
And he walked by. From what I read, he walked by outside the like in the dumpster type thing and found all the stuff that they did, and he just went, "I'm going to take that."
Dang.
In the trash, just like. Oh.
Well, it wasn't until maybe about 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago, within the last 20 years, that people started to preserve some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because back then,
it was just stuff.
It was just stuff, and I mean, networks were turning around shows so fast.
Like some of it they would even reuse, like Power Rangers.
Oh, there's a lot of reused stuff between the 4 series.
Yeah,
even Enterprise.
Power Rangers in space, their uniforms were the Starship Trooper uniforms. Not the Power Rangers.
That
was Lost Galaxy, right? Yeah, it was Lost Galaxy.
Yeah, Lost Galaxy.
Lost Galaxy. Their military uniforms were the Starship Troopers things. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, again, make sure to follow us on social media. Jamie's social media is his Instagram because he does not have Twitter.
Make fun of me all you want. I'm not going to join Twitter. Nobody cares. Ain't nobody listening to me right now. Ain't nobody going to listen to me on Twitter.
Well, just be a dick. Everyone will pay attention to you then. That's how Twitter works.
Oh.
For me, you can find me at Vogon Poetry Slam on Twitter and Instagram.
He's a dick on Twitter.
I'm a dick everywhere, so you know it fits. On the web, find us at theilluminati.com, the .illuminerdi on Instagram, the _Illuminati on Twitter. Twitch hopefully will be up and running soon with more of us on Star Trek Online, board games, regular video games. Who knows? You know,
Yeah.
they'll be wild.
Mark, what are you on?
I am on Twitter. I am on Heirloom on YouTube and Instagram. Twitter as mainstream live because someone stole Heirloom and they don't even use it.
What a dick! See,
I know.
How do you know they don't use it? Do you go check every now and again?
Very occasionally. So if I go have a quick look now, and if you type in the name anyway, I pop up at the top. But if I go look at that person, it doesn't even come up in the whole thing.
oh yeah, it's like Shirley Zhao.
Yeah, I can't even
0
find it.
following, 1 follower. Joined October 2011. No tweets.
Oh, dang. Yeah, well, don't be so mad. I mean, maybe something happened to this poor woman, or maybe it's just a bot.
With a very specific name.
Next week, I want to know. I want to leave everybody on a cliffhanger. Yes, I want to know. No, I want to know where the name Heirloom comes from.
Oh, I know. I can. They can do the homework. I know exactly where it's from.
All right. Well, stay tuned for episode 7 of our season 2 Lower Decks watch along to find out where did Heirloom come from.
Exactly.
And until then,
It wasn't his mom and dad.
No, it was not. I can't do the thing. So you one of you guys will have to do the Vulcan thing. I can't do it. So we'll see you guys later.
I can do it.
Bye.